Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Jonathan. Thanks for watching. Happy weekend. Today is Sunday, January 30, 2022. Right now is almost 1:30 afternoon. I wasn't planning to make this video, but it was recommended by my coworker on my last video when I did the Christmas gift one. She wrote down the comments saying that, hey, you should make a video about your occupation. So here I'm doing it right now. I'm actually at work. Today's Sunday. Um, yeah, I'm actually at work right now. So I did not plan this out. There is no script in front of me. So I'm pretty much talking directly from my heart and from my own experience on what my occupation is, and give you guys a insight on it, on how tough, how easy, what exactly is it like to do the thing that I do. First of all, quick introduction. My occupation is called occupational therapy. So I am a therapist, occupational therapist. I graduated from South State. The program itself take about 2.5 years, 2 years with 6 month externship because you don't get paid for it. And then those 6 months are sent to two different locations. Well, yeah, two different locations, but it's not guaranteed. You might be sent to a hospital, you might be sent to a nursing home, you might sent to a school. But anyway, aside from education wise, I'm just going to jump into what exactly the thing that I do, or what exactly a occupational therapist do, because people oftentimes get confused, like, oh, what's occupation? Like, do you help with people look for a job? Well, I guess that could be one. I mean, occupational therapist is very broad. It's like business degree. We do a lot of stuff. We have people work in the school district, work alongside with instructor, teacher. We have people work in a company. We have people work in the hospital, obviously. In the community side, in a day program for special needs individual. We have therapists that work in mental health. I did mention about school. There's also hand clinic that mainly focus on occupational therapists. Um, yeah, pretty much very broad. So we cover a lot of stuff. But of course, I'm not guarantee you that everything is being covered in the education wise in school, but the school try to go do a small detail, not small detail. I wouldn't say in depth, but they went into a broad general idea on different area, different field. And then if you want to pursue further into those area, there's additional course and education that you could take, and there's also different additional certification that you could attain. Yeah, so occupational therapist is just the first step. Okay, aside from that, sorry, I think my friends or coworker, if you're watching this, I'm going to explain to you what exactly what I do, or currently where I'm at. So I work for a company. I won't give you the name. The company itself have their own nursing home. So it's a nursing home company, but they also have external contract, and so majority of their location is, I think, is in Southern California, but they in the Northern California area, they are mostly contract based. So they have few contract with the hospital and some nursing home. So currently, I am not working in the in-house facility. I work in the contract outside offsite area. So I work in the hospital. I work in nursing home. So I cover two nursing home and hospital. Right now, I'm currently in hospital right now. Yeah, so nursing home and hospital, and that's my full time job. Full time job, 5 days a week, like all, like all business, all employee. You work 5 days a week for 8 hours a day. Um, the rest of 2 other day that I'm off, I actually work at my friend's place in San Jose. That's also a nursing home. So the place in San Jose is a nursing home. It's a post-acute nursing home. I'll get into that later. The hospital is a subacute hospital that I'm currently in right now, and also nursing home here too as well. But anyway, let's pass the San Jose place. Oh, I actually gave you guys the location. Okay, so yeah, I live in the East Bay area, so San Jose. Let's talk about the hospital right now, where I'm currently in. Patient vary from neurological disease, GBS, stroke, uh, people got into a car accident, patient are in coma. Pretty much all the patients are bedbound. Okay, what I mean by bedbound is like they can't just get up and go use the restroom. They are stuck on in their bed, 24/7. They cannot get up. Some of them can't even move their arm or limbs or anything like that. They might able to open their eye, or they might able to communicate with moving their nose or mouth. Well, actually, some actually able to talk. Some couldn't. They all have pretty much on trachea, so they are assisted oxygen. Something they could breathe on their own, but most of them are on trach, and they are G2 feed. They cannot really eat. They are feed. So we are pretty much the first stage after they go do a surgery or whatever happened to them. When someone call 911, they send to a hospital. They either go do surgery or all that stuff, and after they are done, they are sent to right here, which is different floor. I'm currently in second floor. I also cover the third floor upstairs. Surgery are different area in the building, but they are sent here, and then we are there to assist them stabilize their medical condition. When patients are bedbound for 7 days a week for a whole year, imagine what will happen to them. Their back, their pressure sores, they might have ulcer on the shoulder or the butt area or different body part area. So we are there to educate the caregiver, the CNA, the nurse about well, of course they already have all that protocol down, but we just want to make sure that they are doing it. So we will assist them on positioning it, pushes every maybe 3 hour, change their body position to a side lane, to a different angle. And also when your body, if you couldn't move a lot and your limbs are just laying there on the side of the bed for a long period of time, you start to have contraction. Your hand, your fingers start to have contract. You might be like this, squeeze, fixed in different position. So right away we are there to help them with sprint. We purchase, we check their functional level on their hand, see if they have any tone with their muscle, their range of motion, different stuff, and then we order the sprint for them. Make sure that they wear the sprint. We put in place a schedule system for them for the nurse or for the caregiver to make sure that they assist, because we can't be there 24/7. I mean, I just come in and see the patient usually for 30 minutes or 1 hour, and then I just want to make sure that the nurse or the caregiver are following the schedule, putting on the sprint and stuff like that. So occupational therapists in the hospital setting, we work closely with the doctor, we work closely with the nurse, we also work very close with the respiratory therapists who focus on in providing oxygen, mainly the machine. So because when we position the patient, sometimes we don't want to obstruct the air hole, the holes on the throat. So we make sure that we have to position in a certain way for the lung to expand in a way. So yeah, we also not only we work on the hand, we also do the feet position, put in flexion, or order some like different flowing boot, different type of thing for patient to wear. We also address self care too, because oftentimes people doesn't really think about it, but you know everybody's busy. We have a lot of patients on this floor, so we cannot foresee everything that's going on. Some patient might have like nail that's really long that digging into their the palms and stuff like that. So we make sure that to check everything, the hygiene, the skin, especially when we put on the splint. After maybe 30 minutes, if that's the initial first time wearing it, we want to see if they have any signs of redness or any bruise that it's not maybe indicate that the splint is not suitable. So we make adjustment on that too. Um, so yeah, when patients start to show signs of improvement, that's when they are being transferred, or when they are off their oxygen, and if they are able to be seated up at the edge of it. That's one of the sort of like a milestone that I tends to look at it. So if any improvement in their medical condition and we think that this patient is suitable for the next step, then we will refer them to a nursing home. That's the next step. But other than that, a lot of patients been here for mostly long term. They've been here for a long time, maybe a year, 2, 3 years. Yeah. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much the hospital. We also do caregiver training. We talk with the family over the phone. We give them update. Yeah, there's a lot of communication going on, because not all the time you'll be talking with the patient. Patient might just stare at you and not able to respond or anything, or if they are in the vegetable state. Um, in terms of all the new patients that who get admitted, we do an evaluation on them, and we do a treat. But for patients who've been here for a long time, sometimes we do it on the computer. We won't text them on the phone. Well, I don't do it, but on the computer, we have a system here where we message the doctor, say, hey, can you write a order for me to go see the patient, to do evaluation? Because for us to see the patient, we need to have a order in place, and the order that who wrote the order is the doctor. The doctor will write the order. We'll go see the patient. If we think that the patient is suitable, have potential for improvement, then we'll put it on my I'll put it on my schedule, and I might write down, say, hey, I want to see this patient 3 times a week or 5 times a week, order. But if I think that the patient is not very suitable, then I might just put down eval only, just for evaluation. That's pretty much it. In terms of nursing home, it's somewhat similar. The order is oftentimes written by the nurse. Well, doctor also write the order too. For sure, the doctor would write the order, but for them to be on the system, the nurse had to open a case. But this vary from different facility, different site. I mean, the place I was at in South Say, it was, I cannot open a case. The nurse had to open a case, and after the nurse opened the order case, then I go in and I do my documentation, eval, and plan on treatment and everything. Oh, another thing is that goal. Everything has a goal. When we address something, we put a goal for the patient, and the goal could be very simple. Patient will maintain functional range of motion, or patient will able to tolerate daunting, having a sprint on for certain amount of time, so and so variant. That's in the hospital. But in terms of nursing home, you get a lot of variety of patient too. You get homeless patient. Oftentimes, patient go to the hospital, and instead of going home, they are being discharged to a nursing home, because doctor think that patient need therapy to recover in order to be home safe. I seen patients that are being sent to nursing home just because they are fatigued. They don't have enough energy, and family couldn't take care of them and they have nowhere to go, so they are being sent to nursing home. So nursing home, you get a variety of patient. Here we get a lot of neuro, we get amputee patient who missing a limb, but in nursing home you get everything, you get all that. But mainly one thing that for sure is that patient need to be stable, medical stable. When they are stable enough, then they go to nursing home, um, because they don't have 24-hour doctor there to see the patient in case anything happen. But here in the hospital, if anything happen, we could just page the doctor. They'll just come down from different building or different room. So yeah, so nursing home, it's a tough. For occupational therapists that who work in the nursing home, we focus a lot on ADL. So what's ADL? And it's pretty much activity of daily living. And you might wonder, what is activity of daily living? Everybody have different stuff for the activity of daily living. We all have to get up, get dressed, brush your teeth. You have to eat. You have to go to the bathroom. Some people like to draw colors. Some people like to cook. Some people like to play sports every day, during certain time. We all different. We are created different, and we have different interests, different routine, different ritual. So is my job, it is a occupational therapist job to fulfill that goal. And so when they are in a nursing home, what's their first thing, what they need? Imagine yourself if you are in a nursing home. What do you need to be able to do to go back home? Sometimes we ask the family, okay, would you able to take your mom home? Would you able to take your grandma or grandpa home? And they might request saying that, I'll take them home if they are able to cook or able to dress and stuff. So that's something that the goal. But of course, our goal is not mainly coming from the family themselves. We also have to ask the patient, what's your goal? What do you want to do next step? And when we ask that question, we have to make sure that their connections are there. They're not, and some patients who have dementia or Alzheimer's, obviously they are not able to make judgment by themselves. So we need to have a good common sense saying that, hey, is this doable? Could we listen to this patient, or should we talk to the family? Yeah, something like that. So our focus on nursing home is daily activity, and that will be, we get patient up, get them dressed, but we don't give them dressed. We train them, we educate them on different way of overcoming their barrier. Some patients have fatigue, some have amputee on their limb or legs, different part of the body area. Some have neurological problem. So we use different adapted way to overcome those barriers. We have a lot at the nursing home. They have simulation. They have a kitchen simulation. They have sometimes they have bedroom simulation, and we take them to the gym to do exercise to get them stronger. We also do showering too and toileting. So a lot of pretty much daily activity. School is also somewhere that I actually like school. I did my externship in the school district, county school district. So you might wonder, what exactly do you do in school? You're not a teacher. What exactly do therapists do? So we do a lot of same thing. We focus on their occupation. So imagine yourself thinking about it. What does high school student, or junior high, or elementary student, what's their occupation? Are they going to work every day? No, they're not. They are focused on reading. They focus on their finger holding on to pen. They focus on paying attention in class, sitting. So we focus on that. We focus on teacher might make a recommendation or referral to the therapist, say, oh, so and so, my student so and so cannot focus in class. or cannot pay attention, or he or she has problem with handwriting all the time, or he or she have problem with eating, self-eating. We don't know what's going on. So it's our job, or my job, to be there to observe the patient at first, saying that, hey, what exactly is causing the problem? Is it the schedule system? Is it the environment? The light is too bright, too sensitive? Because some students are special need, they get very sensitive, they get sensory overload. um, Different variety. We give them adapted pen or holder to grip, different grip. um, Seating position definitely will bother them. We have weighted vests to help them sit down, something. We have different type of variety of chair that they could modify to assist them. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that school OT, school occupational therapists do, and they work closely with teacher. They work closely with the parents as well, because therapists are not there every day, 12 hour a day or 24. So also, we need to educate the instructor, the teacher, the family to also implement the intervention. They need to do it at home as well. Um, yeah, and when I was in the county school district, I see a lot of students with disability or ADHD. Some have neurological problem. Some also like pretty much bedbound, like, and some are blind, like they cannot see, they only could hear. Um, some have finger palm. Some are wheelchair bound. Variety of students you see, and you are there to. OT is like a problem solver. We are there to solve their problem, and we find ways to do that. Whatever the way is, either if we need to buy something to make adapted device, or we made it ourselves, either way, we find ways to overcome that. And we work with different discipline. We work with speech, we work with the caregiver in school. Peer, I forgot the name. Peer trainer or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys have some general idea of what occupational therapist is, and I hope my friends and coworker knows it. You guys, actually, I just remember something. You guys might think kind of weird. Why would my coworker ask that? So I also have another job that I do. I'm also a caregiver for individual with special need, and coworker from the special need department from my job from special need, they are asking about what exactly my main occupation is, my job is. So this video is mainly for them. So if you guys get confused, like, oh, why would your coworker ask that if they are your coworker? No, they the coworker that is asking is not OT, or they are not PT. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just leave it comments below. I look forward to work with you guys. Oh, last thing is that